What's up, everybody?
Hi, I'm Scarlett.
I'm Christina. Today, in honor of Valentine's Day, we're going to be reminding you of some of the toxic relationships of the 2000s.
So we're gonna start off with Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush. They met on the set of One Tree Hill and they began dating, and then 2 years later, they ended up getting married. 5 months after they got married, they ended up getting an annulment because Chad wasn't really respectful of the relationship and he actually cheated on her a couple times. Allegedly. Which actually kind of makes sense because he met the girl he ended up being engaged to for 7 years after they ended up getting divorced on the set of One Tree Hill while they were still married. And that's not all. Her name's Kenzie Dalton. She was actually a senior in high school when he proposed to her. So like, we're getting at a lot of things here.
Illegal things?
Yeah.
We went from just being disrespectful to illegal.
So getting back to Sophia, when asked about their marriage recently in an interview with Andy Cohen, she said, and I quote, "It was not a thing I actually wanted to do." And she kind of made it clear that she got married to Chad because she didn't want to let everyone down. Because the people around her, like the producers of One Tree Hill and like the executives behind it were like, yeah, you're the only reason he comes to work on time every day. And she just didn't feel like letting people down, and that's why they ended up getting married.
It seems like in some of the relationships we're going to talk about, it's a lot of women raising men and men like dating teenagers.
Yeah, and they were really young. She was only like 21 and Chad was like 22 at the time. So after Sophia was on the Andy Cohen show saying all of that, Chad actually came out and he was like, he denied all of the allegations and he was like, I've never married for anything but love, which is like,
she didn't
really what
say you did. She said she didn't marry for love. Like,
and then he was like, yeah, and I mean, I have a wife and kids, and I don't really have time to engage in this kind of behavior. That's what he said. When it's like, she was literally just responding to a question that was asked.
And sometimes you just hate men.
So basically, if Brucas is always giving you bad vibes like it gave me, this is probably why.
And now we're moving on to someone that we all know, love and adore, Miss Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z.
And Mr. Beyonce.
So we all grew up knowing they were together, but we didn't really give much thought to the fact that Jay-Z is 12 years older than Beyonce. She was 18 when they met. They talked for like a year and a half, and then they started dating when she was 19. Her husband was a whole 31 years old. Not only has this 31-year-old taken this 18, 19-year-olds and groomed her, but then he cheats on her multiple times. So we went from like a level 10 unhealthy to we're at like 70, 80, 90. So we didn't know any of this was happening until that elevator incident with Solange in 2014, I believe. And then Lemonade comes out. And then we're like, oh,
that's what's happening.
Whoa. Miscarriages, cheating, like this man just has ravaged through this woman's life. And then he goes on to release 444, I don't care, to further confirm the fact that he's a cheater. So since 2014, we have been dealing and hearing and listening to these people talk about this relationship. We didn't need his version.
That's the thing, nobody cares.
We were fine with her version.
Yes.
Like, we believed her.
We didn't need his account of all of the incidents.
Because now it just feels like you're profiting off of cheating on your wife. In an interview with David Letterman, Jay-Z starts talking about how, the divorce rates are so high and how he doesn't see people like sticking through it and like saying, let's work this out anymore. And so that's what they did.
Oh my God.
You have nothing to work out. You cheated. So you're telling, divorce rates are so high because women aren't putting up with this anymore. In conclusion, Jay-Z is toxic. And men really need to stop dating little girls.
So I'm not really sure if this counts as toxic, but like Leah Remini taught us, Scientology is interesting. And the way women are treated in Scientology is interesting.
Any religion.
True. So we're going to talk about the it Scientologists of the 2000s. Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise.
I've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before?
So, they start dating publicly in 2005. A month after they start dating, or like everyone knows they're dating, Tom Cruise does the whole thing with Oprah. And then 2 months in, like after the start of their relationship, Katie announces that she wants to become a Scientologist.
2 months.
Literally days after she makes the public announcement that she wants to become a Scientologist, they become engaged. And in October, they announce that they're having a baby and that Katie's pregnant.
I just feel like we're moving a little too fast.
Yeah, and then in April 2006, which is like a year after they announced they were together, their baby's born, and then that November they got married. Anyways, so they spent 6 years together doing their whole Scientology thing, and then in 2012, Katie decides she wants to get a divorce. So this is where it gets sketchy. So it was reported that she actually had to get a burner phone in order to get all of the paperwork done and like talk to all of the lawyers to set the divorce in motion, so Tom wouldn't find out. So when Katie filed for divorce, everyone was like shocked because she always seemed like submissive and willing to like do whatever Tom wanted while they were married. Even Tom admitted that he was pretty shocked when Katie filed for divorce.
Not Tom being completely oblivious.
He said, what?
I just feel like getting the burner phone definitely screams he was abusive to me. Like having to hide. You were whether or not it was him or whatever, you were in an abusive situation.
So during the entire process, a source close to them actually said, like, it's a real life mission impossible when you have people around you who will report back to Tom. So that really shows like the lengths she had to go to keep this secret from Tom so she wouldn't get in trouble and kind of she wouldn't put her daughter in danger and put her own life in danger.
Moving right along to Heidi and Spencer. I guess Heidi and Spencer Pratt now. They were on The Hills and a few other reality TV shows after that. And we also know that they're a hot mess. When there's a top 6 meltdowns video of you released by MTV
on YouTube,
like, you know that there's a problem that you need to go solve.
Yeah.
Before you get into a relationship with somebody. One clear sign that I have learned that it's like red flag, get out, is when they try to isolate you. He completely destroyed Lauren and Heidi's friendship because Lauren couldn't stand him. Lauren was like, he is not good for you, and she couldn't get that. It wasn't just like he was toxic in the relationship. He's just an unhealthy, toxic human being to everyone around him. And he gaslights everyone. Heidi threatened to get divorced, and he threatened to release her sex tape.
Oh, I remember that.
Who does that? So I was doing a little research, and I stumbled upon a blog called The Perks of Being Elise, where she talks about Spencer's behavior in his relationship with Heidi, and she uses the power and control wheel that is often used when describing domestic violence. It was just too much. I hope he got help. I don't follow them anymore, but I hope he got that taken care of because a mess.
I think the problem with a lot of these relationships is that a lot of it was really just normalized. Yeah. And it's still a thing to this day where women just think that's the way men act and that's completely normal, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not normal. It may be how men act, but it's not normal, and it shouldn't be how men act. And we really need to start normalizing men, like, getting in touch with like what
Their
they're doing.
emotions.
Have some self-awareness. Know that this is wrong.
Also taking accountability for your actions.
Please.
Yeah.
And then getting help. Like, don't be in a relationship until you solve the issues you have inside.
Yeah.
Because we're good over here. All right. So that's all we have for you guys this great, beautiful Valentine's Day.
Oh my god, we chose like the most depressing video to do.
Happy Valentine's Day. We just gifted you a video of red flags.
Actually, it's depressing, but it's also helpful.
Yes. Yeah, and feel free to use the wheel and apply it to all the relationships we've talked about and see who lands where.
Remember to like this video if you liked it, subscribe down below, and hit the bell notification button to be reminded when we post future videos.
Follow us on Instagram. We link it down below, and it's on the screen. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone!